the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Wait! If I wasn't a feminist, I don't know what I would be, if that makes sense. I don't really have that's just all I know, I guess. And I guess I haven't really educated
That actually
myself.
makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Feminism is basically the air that we breathe, and it's the water we swim in, whether people know it or not. It's ingratiated in society. So you may not have any other position other than that. So if you say, I really don't know anything besides feminism, I believe you.
Thank you.
It's mainstream. Do you guys believe in the patriarchy?
But it's still a bad position. It's still like what you
Fine.
just saying.
And what is that? So what is the patriarchy?
It's patriarchies and men rule, right? Mostly, right?
Men rule, women drool. Wait, what? Okay, that's...
No, that was my fault.
Say it. Can you say the patriarchy is awesome?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
The patriarchy is awesome.
That one is for you, Grid One Motorsport.
How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
That's right, folks. Mature audiences only. For all you guys out there working today, I'm starting a little bit early. I just have things to do, and I was already in here, so let's fire it up. Let's go. Let's get things started. Kat will be along shortly. I have it on good authority that she is just running just a couple minutes behind. For all you guys out there working and slaving away and driving trucks and working on whatever, listening to this at your desk or in the field or in a truck somewhere, what's up, dudes? Let's have a good day. Every day can be a good day when you make it so. So I don't actually normally lead off with talking about other podcasts or streams or anything like that, but it's been an interesting couple of weeks, and man, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about this stuff, and I've got to talk about it. And you don't have to listen, but it's probably cool if you do. So there's a there's a bunch of ridiculous stuff going on, guys, and and it's one of those things. To some degree, it's a little bit of a luxury that I have to be able to look around and see these things and identify them for what they are. And that, fortunately, I bring that back to you guys, and then I offer it up the information, and you guys tell me what you think about it. Hopefully you like it. We'll find out. So anyway, have you guys watched the video from Trigonometry about Destiny and Gorka? I believe it's Gorka. Debating Trump versus Biden. This is really hilarious, guys. I mean, it is absolutely kind of nuts. Sorry, my TV keeps turning on. It's actually really kind of nuts overall, because Destiny is so delusional. The things that he says, and I don't normally try and get very political with this podcast, and I'm only doing it because Cat's running a little late, and I can say shit, and I don't get, I don't have to worry too much about it. Dude is delusional, man. My biggest problem with his argument is this idea that the Abraham Accords that Trump got signed, or that were signed under Trump's administration, somehow did not involve the Palestinians, and that and what he alludes to is he alludes to the fact that the Palestinians just weren't invited to the table, when that's the furthest thing from the truth. The truth is that, first of all, who would you invite? Hamas, the terrorist organization? I mean, I wouldn't think so. I would think that you would not want those guys. I would think that would be the last people that you would want. But okay, let's say that you did invite whatever legitimate Palestinian government there was to the table, which I'm sure did happen. They're not going to fucking come. They've literally walked away from every peace deal ever offered them. I mean, for like the last 100 years almost. So I can't take people seriously who are just going to deny reality like that and make statements in public in a debate against someone who really does know what he's talking about, but can't go there, right? Like, the thing about Destiny, the thing that's so disingenuous here about Destiny is he fucking knows that Gorka can't go there. He can't say, well, listen, asshole, even if we'd invited Hamas to the table, they weren't going to fucking come. And so he can't, that's bad faith all the way around. It's disingenuous, and it's a lie. It sets up this perception that is not based in reality at all. And I think that one of the things that we really have to be careful of, and I don't care what we do, what we're talking about in life, one of the things we really have to be careful of is we really need to be based in reality at all times. And by that, I literally mean that we really need to have this sense of what really is going on in the world, not just what people tell us, not just what we think, but we need to be based in reality. And that's kind of one of my rants right now. Is I watch this thing. It's obvious that maybe this dude is on fucking drugs. I mean, we all look, he had a bad deal going on with his wife, right? Like, I mean, that dude is that dude's out there. So here's something, Lewis Joyston, I don't recognize you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the chat. But this is an insightful comment. It's an insightful comment because it's not necessarily because that I 100% believe that Destiny's being paid to promote Biden, but it is a probability. It is something that could actually be happening. And 100% Destiny's like a horrible dude who acts in bad faith all the time to promote whatever ideals that he thinks that he thinks he can get away with. And so I mean, I can't doubt that, because literally all of his arguments were stupid. They were all whataboutisms. They were all, based in some very really weird perceptions of reality. It's like he's talking about how we don't have an immigration problem, but what immigration problem we do have is because the Republicans stood in the way of having this magic bill sign that was going to solve it, which is not the case. I mean, it was not Trump's administration that implemented, was it CB1 or CB whatever one? Oh, cool. Welcome, Lou. Lou X, whatever. Yeah, awesome, dude. Lewis, you're it's really cool. Trump had nothing to do with the app that lets these people register in foreign fucking countries. They can be in Nigeria or Palestine and literally register on an app on a cell phone to come into this country. As a matter of fact, do you know that one of the key things that's happening in New York City right now, where they have all of those undocumented immigrants, is that they're stealing cell phones they steal purses and bags from women and some men, but mostly women. They steal them. They get the phones. Within an hour of them having them, the phones are literally wiped, and the next day they get shipped out to points south. They get shipped to South America first, and then they're dispersed throughout the world. That's like a number one thing stolen right now is cell phones, because that's how these people are able to get on the apps, and they have to, I don't know why they're stealing them. They're stealing fucking phones from in New York, but I guess it's easy, right? Who knows? And it's really an interesting thing. The amount of crime that's gone up in New York or New York City is really, really interesting. And we're turning cities in this country into third world countries. I don't know if you guys have been these places, but New York City, Chicago, Detroit, to a lesser degree, fucking St. Louis, man. St. Louis is a damn war zone. Like I wouldn't go through central St. Louis if you fucking paid me without armor and an armored car. I just wouldn't do it. So I don't understand. I'm trying to understand where all these guys are coming from about what their perceptions are, and I can't get there. My brain just doesn't work that way, I guess, or something. I'm just not getting it, man. This is some really stupid shit. So yeah, I mean, yeah, cool. This is actually what I put. So I did not know that Farah and Jasmine admitted they did this. Where did they admit that? Do you have that handy? Because that would be really good information. I mean, you can send it to me on Discord. That'd be great. That'd be really cool. But guys, I really don't know. What do you guys think? Throw me out some info, guys. And while I'm waiting on you guys to kind of throw me some stuff, Texas weather blows. Yeah. All right. Fuck yeah. Yeah, man. Get some work done. This is what the day shift is about. It's for working people to be able to listen to the show and talk shit in the chat. That's what it's all about. So, hey, thanks, Lewis. I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that because I don't track all of this stuff, and but it's interesting because I would immediately suspect that a lot of the left-leaning influencers are being tapped by political associations, PACs, and that sort of thing to literally say shit that they don't believe in. They're being fed documentation that shows them in the most what's the word I'm looking for, the most favorable light. So I would definitely feed me that, man. That's a good plan. All right, so still waiting on Kat to get here. I'm gonna just kind of keep rambling on here. So yeah, it's interesting to me. Is it not interesting, you guys? It really seems like one of those things to me where we can't. Even when we try really, really hard to get things right and get things done, we're being worked against by our own, I hate to say society, but our own people, our own government. Everybody's just like, it's so disingenuous. So disingenuous, man. Let's we'll just kind of shift gears there. So that was a bad one, right? Like if you haven't watched it, go watch the Destiny versus Gorka debate. I think it's Sebastian Gorka. I could be wrong. It could be Alexander. I forget the guy's name. Watch that debate. It's on Trigonometry. Constantine does a great job of moderating that, and he checks Destiny many, many times where Destiny just makes bullshit statements out of it. That he literally pulled out of his ass. Still smells like shit, and he throws it out there. So another really good one. Something that I saw that I thought was just was really, really good, and I don't think it's I don't know how many people have seen it yet, but I lost my train of thought just like that. What was I fucking talking about? Destiny. Fuck it, doesn't matter. I'll move on. If you guys watched the Whatever last night, that was some of the most toxic shit I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that one woman who was like super proud that she'd banged like she was super proud that she'd banged all of these dudes. It was 122 in like under 14 days. So, fucking beating cheeks is hitting me up, guys. I'm sorry. It's fucking unprofessional as shit. 122 in 2 weeks. Yeah, that I worked that out. If you figure an average of 5 inches per cock, average, because some are smaller, some are longer. If you figure 5 inches per cock, she took 50 feet of dick. That's pretty terrible. Hang on, guys. I've got cheeks, and I'm. This is like so fucking unprofessional, but whatever. Sorry about that. 22 in one day. That's right. And then she did 32 virgins on top of that. Her boyfriend broke up with her. What a fucking trollop! What a trollop! Strumpet, fucking whore. And she was like proud of this shit. I'm like, what? What kind of dude is gonna want a chick like that other than just to say he did her? And even then, where's the reality there, man? I couldn't believe it. I ended up passing out early, and apparently they had a pretty good stream last night. I need to watch it. I had to get up and do stuff today. Couldn't play around. And it's just an interesting deal today. Does it? And this is like every week that more of this stuff comes out, and between OnlyFans and the porn and right, yeah, this is Chief Wahoo here. The scammer chicks that are taking dudes for every dime they have. This one took a disabled guy for $30K. A couple of like 10 shows ago or so, they had the girl that had literally bankrupted a couple of dudes. She did look fucking old. That's true. Alex L. No, I'm not streaming for 9 hours, bro. I normally stream for 2 hours. I'm waiting for Kat to jump on, and then I actually have to run for just a couple of minutes, and then I'll be back, and she can stream for like 10 or 15 minutes while you guys are gonna miss me mightily, but I have to wait for her to get here. But no, we're not doing 9 hours. He is doing his debate prep. It's a fucking killer, and there is Kat right on time. How you doing, Kat? What do you know? What's new? How's everything? What's good?
Good. Everything's good.
Did you we were just talking about the harlots from last night's whatever. Did you by any chance catch the stream?
I caught a few bits and pieces of it. I was actually watching it when I was having some breakfast.
Interesting. Yeah. What about the girls on there were just like complete just trash. Don't have a better word.
Yeah.
Alex, go to sleep, man. It's 1:30 a.m. in Singapore. So go to bed. What's wrong with you? Get out. Go away. Leave me alone. So anyway, no remorse. They didn't have any remorse. This is what's so crazy. This is, how, and I literally said, this is what mental illness looks like. This is exactly what mental illness looks like, because no remorse, proud of it. Like took pride in the fact that she took a minimum of 50 feet of dick in 2 weeks. I did the math. It was like, if you figure an average of 5 inch per cock, which, some are longer, some are shorter. And then times 122, that's 50 feet of dick. That's crazy. In a week or 2 weeks. That's terrible. Somebody else figured it out at like 5.7 inches. It's 55 feet of dick. So, depending on how how your law of averages goes. I don't know. I don't understand the Australian thing going on there, but And she was like proud of this. And then what, 32 or 36 virgins after that? That's crazy. Why would you? I mean, and she made like 250 grand doing it. And she was proud of that too. And I got it. I've got to actually run here for like a few minutes. So, Kat, you're gonna have to carry the show, which I'm positive that you can. Kat is awesome. Kat probably has like a whole prepped out thing about men's health that she can talk about de-stressing at work and all that kind of cool shit. But before I have to run out of here, because I want to talk about this when I get back. I would love to have everybody like thinking about this and like really like worked up over it. But so these women are so proud of this behavior. What does it really say about their mental health? What does it say about the men that are involved? Right. And then they always brag about how they're investing the money. Do we believe that they're actually investing the money? And if they are investing the money, do we believe that they're doing it in such a way as to actually be able to retire? Because Andrew was like raking her over the coals about what about when you can't do this anymore? And I've got investments. Well, okay, great. But what are you going to do? Because, things don't always work out as you plan. So with that, I have to roll. Yeah, it did seem a little more black pilled from what I saw, but I again was only on a short time. I went to bed because I was tired. I was had things to do, and I had to get up like super early this morning. All right, Kat, without further ado, you are that's the wrong one.
For how long? Wait.
Like 10 minutes or
okay
15 minutes, or maybe I don't know, whatever. What does it matter? You're gonna be great.
Well, I only have a few minutes before I have to leave.
You only have a few minutes before you leave? Have to leave?
Yeah.
What?
I leave at 2, which is I think 1 for you. I don't know. Confused.
Yeah, I should. That's fine. You'll be fine. You will be fine. How did I do that last time to make you the? Oh wait, I know how to do it.
Okay, so I don't know what to talk about. So get into the chat and ask me some questions, whatever you guys want to know. This is your chance. Anything you guys want to talk about? So let's see. All right, let's talk about yesterday's show on Whatever. I saw that. That was crazy. The Australian woman was it was kind of chilling to just see how nonchalant she was about everything she did. And she thinks she's going to be some amazing parent because she's going to have money, as if kids need money more than they need a mentally stable parent. But I mean, whatever. What are you going to do? I think that the world has gone insane. I think that perhaps, I don't know. I think things have completely changed. And no, we're not going to do a picture of, I cannot put questions up because this is not my StreamYard. So if anyone wants to ask me something, you have to do it on I think the YouTube chat's the only place we can get stuff. And yes, somebody can make like a clip of me doing the jump scare when Andrew comes in. And that's only because he's got that really like, I don't know, like that dad energy, and he's like disappointed in you no matter what you do. And I'm always like, I'm going to say something wrong. Okay, so somebody asked me something. What would you say is your main motivation for doing the whole podcast thing? I was explaining to my wife that I've been watching Grid, and she asked what you get from, okay, what do I get from it? I'm just doing this because let's be really honest, like no lies. I have my own podcast. It's mostly on health, and I do some stuff on relationships too. But this is just because this is the kind of content that I watch for entertainment purposes, just to see what's going on. And I kind of need to like talk to humans, adult humans, to like keep my mind going. Because when you get really old, like I have been in the house for 10, 15 years out of the workforce. So I don't have coworkers. I only talk to my husband, my kid, and like occasionally family members call, but I don't really have a social life. Let's be real. This is what keeps my mind sharp. This is how I get to know what's going on in the world. And I need socialization. And as you can see, I don't stream this onto my channel so that I can get the extra content or views. It's very separate. This is just something I do purely for socialization purposes. I know that sounds crazy, but I just like to talk to adults sometimes to keep the mind sharp so you don't go crazy. All right, let's see. All right, what kind of health stuff do I talk about? I talk primarily about hormonal health, all the toxins in the environments, in all the products we use, and just everything day to day. Once you kind of become a parent and you're looking to buy stuff and you're trying to be as clean as possible, and you find out what's going on with all of our products, everything that we're using, and how it's destroying society. It's ruining our hormones. It's ruining our mental health. It's causing weight gain. Clothes can make you fat. There's clothes that have obesogens that are released in it. I mean, this is like crazy that there's even a term called obesogen. This is a new thing because we're finding out certain chemicals that they put on the clothes, flame retardants, on and on and on, cause severe hormone disruption. And that's what I'm passionate about, because once you find out, you kind of go, wait, and we're just okay with this. And then when you want to find something that doesn't have it, it's 10 times the price. It's really hard to find. And then when you find a company that doesn't do it, they usually get bought out by a company that slowly starts adding all the crap back into everything. So you find an organic cotton clothing line and you're like, this is great, I can get organic clothing. And then it gets bought out, and then they start adding, like the nylons and the modals and all those things that cause hormone disruptions, and they can make you actually emotionally unstable because your hormones need to be stable for your mind to be stable. Anyways, let's see. Okay. Bold of me to assume those of us in the chat are adults. Well, sorry. I don't know. If you're a child, even better. You should learn stuff sooner. Okay, at least they don't put lead in kids' toys anymore, like China still does. I have a story about this. I bought a faucet from Amazon. It was a really cute faucet. It's like 3-in-1 for like the water filter and whatever, and the spray, all of it. It was really cute, compact, modern looking. I bought it. I decided to get a lead test for, just the glasses that I was getting from Amazon, because they come from China. Nobody tests them before they go into Amazon. Nothing is tested before it gets to Amazon. And if you watch this documentary on Netflix, they show you how like hair colors, on makeup, anything that you put in food, anything you put on your body or in your body that's sold on Amazon, they're usually Chinese knockoff, the same boxes, the same containers. You can't tell the difference. It's so good at reproductions, and the stuff in it is completely toxic and not what it's supposed to be. So I bought the lead testing kit, and I'm testing all my glasses because I get a lot of stuff from Amazon, like everybody. And my glasses, thankfully, were good. Fine. But then I noticed when I put the little tip thing in the water, the cup of water that I was getting, it would get like a little red, which was positive for lead. And then I said, let me just stick this into the faucet itself, the faucet where I have my reverse osmosis water that we drink from, and pure lead. The whole thing is made out of lead, the entire faucet. So you do 101 good things and then it gets you. So everything is set up. And my kid has been drinking lead-filled water for years before I figured this out. And it was just by happenstance that I figured it out. Not many people are like, let me get a lead test kit and just swab everything in the house. Not many people think about these things. So I had to get a new faucet, 10 times the price, because of course, you try to save money as family and get something cheaper on Amazon. And it ended up being, I don't know, 10 times the price to get something that's a name brand from a store that does not allow third-party sellers, which I am completely against third-party sellers. Like, you have to be so careful, guys. Everything is out there trying to kill you. People just will sell their souls and sell your life for $1. They don't care. Like, it's just really bad out there. So anyways, when you are exposed to high amounts of lead, you need to have high amounts of really good quality vitamin C. We're talking like a lot of vitamin C to kind of like help you detox that. So in case anybody else has that experience, that's one of the ways you can do that. Kat, for me, listening to Andrew, Grid, and others still gives me a better understanding of where my husband is coming from. Also, I feel any woman born in the 70s and on has been indoctrinated into feminism. Yes, everybody's been indoctrinated into feminism, including the men. The men are now looking for women to supplement their incomes and are completely fine with throwing their kids in daycares and government run schools to be indoctrinated into this stuff all over again because they were. And yeah, so that's where we're at. We have everybody's indoctrinated in feminism. Everybody is. I talk to young boys, my friends' kids, and they're, you know, in the age where they should be looking for wives. They have jobs already. They're, you know, early 30s, whatever. They're saying, oh, I only want to date a girl that makes X amount. This is what they're thinking. They've been indoctrinated the same as a woman. So I don't know. I don't know how we can get that back. Why didn't I get a Berkey water filter? I wanted reverse osmosis. It's even better when we did the tests side by side. So that's just my opinion. And it also has a extra filter thing or whatever, extra step where it adds the correct mineral balance into the water. So we wanted that. Yes. I don't know about the churches, but from what I've heard, there's a lot of female pastors and there's a lot of feminism everywhere. I taught my daughter in elementary school to not blindly believe her teachers. Yes. My daughter's an only child. Unfortunately, I can only have one. And I was in like a really hard place because I'm like, she needs some socialization. She needs some kids. She needs some friends. So I put her in school, and it just so happens to be a very good school. She's met a bunch of kids that I'm very close to their families as well. And we all have the same kind of beliefs. So that's fine. But yeah, it's really difficult because you want the socialization if you don't have like tons of kids at home. My husband was able to be homeschooled. He was the youngest of 6 kids. So they were all like homeschooled together. It was a good situation for them because they had like socialization, whatever, with other kids of different ages. So I think that's really good. And let's see. Okay. The other thing is if you have to put your kids in school, you have to be super hyper diligent to tell them every day what's going on in school. What did your teacher say? Your teacher's wrong. Why is she giving you advice on this? How is she doing in this? And you don't want to undermine the teacher, like if your kid's being disrespectful, of course. But when they tell you things about their beliefs, you want to say, no, this is what we believe and this is why. And I don't know. It's really hard. So the big thing I always tell her is whatever they say, talk to me about it before you believe it. And we always discuss things. Okay, this happened at school. The teacher said this, or this happened, or whatever. And then we talk about it. Or my friend did this, or my friends are doing that. What do you think? When they started saying bad words in school, we went over that. What bad words are they saying? This is why you don't say that. It doesn't mean they're bad kids. They're probably just hearing it from places and thinking they're cool. Don't encourage it by laughing, things like that. And she's like, okay, whatever. But I'm like, tell me everything. I'm not gonna, I'm not going to yell at you. I just want to know, tell me everything that they're saying. Whatever the hot gossip is in elementary school, I need to know. And then she tells me everything. She sends me little videos. This is what they did. Or like they were fighting about this and this is, whatever. And I'm like, okay. Thankfully, none of the girls are into boys yet. So we're not quite there. And she does tell me that the boys and the girls are very segregated. They do not play together. There's maybe like 1 or 2 girls that will go talk to boys, and then 1 or 2 girls that will go and talk to the, vice versa, whatever. But she says for the most part, they don't talk to each other and they're afraid of each other. They don't like each other. It's like weird, like a battle of the sexes. When I was little, we did not have that. It was, we in the neighborhoods for summer breaks, it would be 8 years old to 18 years old outside. The parents would be working all day. We'd be outside playing. The whole age range, girls and boys, no problems, no supervision. But, that was Generation X. Parents were busy. Okay, let's see. I have looked into like the home schools and the different options we have in the area. The ones that we have close by, they seem to be more kids that are like mental health issues. And I don't really want that. I want kids that come from like really strong families that, don't have mental health issues that can, be a good influence on her. So I haven't found that yet. And if I do, then I would definitely join that group. Oh, when I was in school, the boyfriend, girlfriend stuff started happening in the 3rd grade. Well, we have passed the 3rd grade. We're going into middle school next year. It has not happened yet. So things have changed dramatically from when we were little. Everything has changed. It's a brand new world. And I don't know what we can do, but we have to navigate the brand new world. Let's see. Any other questions before Grid comes back? Because I don't know what to say. I did not prepare. Let's see. Anything else I could talk about? Yeah. The one thing that I will do is I will not allow my kid to go into high school. No way. There's no public high school or private high school or charter school that I would allow my daughter to go into. She is going to be homeschooled. They have classes that you can take in the local college, and it's like a few minutes from my house. That's what she's going to be doing. She's going to be doing those college classes that just to get like the GED, whatever, as soon as possible. My husband did that. He finished like his 4 years of high school and I think like 2 by himself. Okay, fish tank questions. These are shrimp. And I have a Grommy that he's big, but he's like always hiding because they don't like lights and stuff like that. If you want to see my fish, on my Instagram, I posted 2 really horrifically blurry photos because they're so small and my camera sucks. So you can check out my Instagram. My Instagram is just my name, my full name, Kat Katibi. And let's see, anything else? All right. Ask me something, guys, because I'm drawing a blank. Let's see. All right, let me look. Okay. Do you and your husband feel capable of setting up a challenging high school curriculum and conveying all the science and math needed? Yes. There's so many programs out there now. It's like so easy to do it. There's a guy, he has a YouTube channel. I think it's called Classical Learner. He has tons of programs to get you started, information. There is really powerful, robust homeschooling organizations you can join, and they will help you with all the paperwork. They will even, if you have any legal troubles or something, in some states it's a little bit harder to homeschool, and they help you with all of that. They give you curriculum. They give you everything. Tutoring, there's free tutoring. You have to find it on the internet. I cannot tell you what it is because like it's free. I don't want a lot of people to go, but you can find everything, and it's like really great. Like there's some kids in high school or in college that they get extra credit. I don't know, extra credit for classes or something when they do tutoring for younger kids. So my daughter does that for like an hour, 3 times a week. And she just goes over her homework with them. And it's like really cute. They're, very sweet with them. And I watch, and they're doing a great job. So I'm really happy with that. And whatever. Anyways, so let's see. Neon tetras are fun, but getting sucked up by many filters. You need to get a less powerful filter or a sponge filter. Sponge filters are the best because you don't want sucked up fish. All right. Let's see. What? Who did Rocky fight in Rocky 2? I don't know. I'm a girl. Talk about your feminist friends. Okay. Feminist friends. All right. I'm not one of those people that doesn't hang out with someone just because we don't believe in the same things, as long as they're respectful. Like, obviously, I don't drink, so I'm not going to be friends with someone who's like, come on, drink, you're such a loser, or you're not cool if you don't drink. I'm not going to hang out with someone like that. But if someone drinks and they don't pressure me to drink, or they don't seem to care that I don't drink, and they don't have any opinions about it, I'm cool with that. So I do have some friends that are feminists, and I'm very, like, I tell them what I believe. They respect what I believe. They tell me what they believe. I respect their opinions. I kind of hope that they'll change. Just like how when I wasn't religious, because I didn't grow up with religion, and I hang out with religious people, they did not, say I was a terrible person. They still hung out with me. I wasn't trying to make them do degenerate things. I just didn't have that belief, and whatever. So, I don't really have to worry about sober people or anything like that, because I don't have a desire to drink. So I can see people drink. I think it's poison. I have no ties to it. It's just like, it's the same as if someone was drinking like disgusting toxic waste in front of me. Like, if you want to do that, okay, but I have no desire to participate. And I do have friends, but I'm talking about like day to day, because you have friends from, whenever, and you get a call once every 6 months, and maybe you see them on your birthdays or whatever. But this is not like on a normal month. I do not hang out with people. I hung out with my friend yesterday. We went to the Orchid Festival. That is a rare thing. So yes, I do have friends, but no, we do not hang out all the time. We do message each other and send each other memes. We do that. Okay, let's see. Hypothetical, it is a zombie apocalypse, Resident Evil style zombies. That doesn't mean anything to me because I don't play Resident Evil, but let's go on. And you get a superpower at the beginning. Nothing, what? What superpower do you pick? And the reasoning, probably to fly. I don't know. If they're zombies, I would want to fly. So if they're coming, I just fly. I mean, is that an option? Because I don't know. Okay, let's go. Let's see. What are we talking about Rocky for? Rocky fought Apollo Creed for the second time. It's a match that he won the championship. Immortalized the phrase, you Adrian, we did it. Or yo Adrian. I've heard that. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I have housework to do, but I'm taking a break till Grid gets back. What's your take on whatever OnlyFans Asian girl scamming and claiming she got therapy? Crazy. I mean, mental health is a problem in the country. I mean, I'm not gonna, but okay. You are invited to a vegan potluck. You have 1 hour to make or buy the dish. What are you bringing? Vegan potluck. I prefer meat, but if I had to go to a vegan potluck, I would probably bring something like, there's this bean salad that I make. It's like black-eyed peas and avocado and tomatoes chopped up and onions chopped up and like a lemon vinaigrette. I would make that, sure. Trick question, wouldn't go to a vegetarian potluck. Yes, okay. See? Yes. The first Resident Evil was a good movie. I have never seen it. Rocky fought Fearless Leader. Fearless Leader is actually what I have my phone call me, ironically. And my brother, who we did not grow up together because we were like 15 whatever years apart, his phone, he also has his phone call him Fearless Leader, which I thought was hilarious, which just goes to show you genetics is very strong. Anyways, any other questions? Because I don't know what to do. Vegetarian, not vegan. Okay, whatever. Vegetarian, vegan, it's the same to me because where's the meat? I need a steak. Yeah.
Fuck yes, everyone needs a steak. Fuck yes. That was great. That was a great thing to walk into. I need a steak. That's an awesome job. That's an awesome job, Kat. Thank you so much. Can't hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was awesome. You did a great job. You did a great job. Hey, what did you think about the Aussie with the 1,000 dick stare? Do you think she's a predator?
No, I don't think she's a predator. I think she has like a severe mental health issues. She probably went through a lot because she looks way older than 25.
She looks older than you do.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know some people who are very good people that didn't age well. So I'm not going to say everyone who didn't age well is like has that problem. Some people just, have stressful lives and jobs and whatever. But yeah. I don't know her story. I'm sure she has like a really bad, origin story.
Origin story. She's not Wolverine. I mean, she chews through men faster than Wolverine, but still she's not Wolverine. Wow, that was crazy last night just listening to that. And I didn't even listen to that much because I was just like, oh, this is terrible. I'm going to bed. Housework to do, taking a break until I get back. Got you. Look, girls hanging together. That's awesome. Girl power. Whatever. What about the scamming and claiming she got therapy? What about that? Did you buy into that?
It's crazy. It's just insane. I don't know. I don't. Therapy? Really? Okay.
Therapy. Everybody's got therapy, man. Therapy's the thing. You know what? This is accurate. You were too nice. I had to close my door. I did not close it all the way. Yeah, you're too nice. It's okay though. We'll allow it because you're a girl, and I don't have to. Yeah, I can't. I'm really shocked that Andrew actually stayed on the entire time last night because normally, well, that's not what I wanted to do. That'll work. Because normally he would have been like, yeah, this is terrible. So I was really surprised that he toughed it out because he looked, the one girl had him going. So anyway, let's see. How long did you watch, Kat?
I was doing other things, so probably like the first few minutes, and then in the middle a few minutes, and then the middle end a few minutes, but not the whole thing.
Okay. Do you believe that these girls have financial plans beyond using their pussy to steal money from men?
No. I'm just saying, like.
No, I get it.
I really don't care, even if they did. Even if they were awesome with money, they had money till the day they died. What is it worth? What you did.
That's a great point too. Yeah.
you're never gonna like I can imagine like the nightmares, the trauma, and then when they have a daughter, everything's gonna flip on them and they're gonna realize what they did really quick.
Hey, thanks for sending me that on Discord. I'll look in just a minute. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt Kat. I see. I hear this all the time when you get these degenerates on panels or wherever. One of the first things they say, one of the first claims that they're going to come out, that's going to come out of their mouth is, "I bought X amount of real estate. I'm investing in this T-shirt company or some stuff like that, and I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to have to do this my whole life." And I don't know that I believe it. But I'm going to get into that in a minute. I know I don't want your eyes to roll back in your head quite yet when we start talking about that. But Chief Wahoo says that he looked her up and it got me pretty mad. I could not believe Andro did not hold her feet to the fire. I think by that time he was just disgusted. He couldn't, he had his fill of disgust. Therapy is outdoors with a firearm. Absolutely. Everyone should try that. Kat, do you shoot?
I've shot before, but I don't do it regularly.
You're not a regular. Well, there's hope yet. Ultra feminist shoots the predator. Yeah, right. Yeah, not yet. Cat's nice. Cat's a nice person. Scammer chick said she lied to the police and said the guy she took money from was her boyfriend and that she borrowed the money from him. What a piece of garbage. Wow.
Well, I mean, I don't. I'm sorry. It's his fault too.
It is his fault, but
no,
she's a piece of garbage.
If you're that dumb, sorry.
Yeah, right. I mean, if you're that dumb, yeah, absolutely. That was interesting. We're gonna get down to some good stuff. They sold their soul for fast cash. They can't escape. What they put on the web. That's true. Unfortunately, that is the case today. We live in the generation of cameras and everlasting terabytes of data, and you cannot escape it. I don't care what you do. So I think Brian is a little concerned about not being able to find girls to come back on because of things that Andrew has said and things I've said, because I've gone quite rough on many of them. And yeah, Brian wasn't letting. Yeah, it's his show. He's got to think about the optics, and I mean, he even actually said that to me. Said, think about the optics, and I was like, I never think about the optics. That's why I am who I am.
Yeah, but I do think these types of shows have an expiration date, because once enough girls see them and they realize, oh, it's just going to make me look stupid, it's not going to help my business.
Yep. There we go. A lot of good stuff here. I was missing your savage comments. I always make sure. Unfortunately, man, I was super tired. I had to get up early. Actually, overslept, which is something I never do. But I was pretty wrecked last night. I went and played an hour of tennis. Yes, I shouldn't have, because I was already tired. But I was like, go. My wife and I went and played tennis for an hour, and that wrecked me. I was wrecked. I was, just completely done. Yeah. So here's my thing on, the way these women always talk about investing is that I just don't know that I think they just buy random shit, and it's like throwing spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. And I just don't, because I don't think I've ever, not that I know a bunch of people, and I can't say I know any actual porn stars, but I talk to a lot of realtors, and I never hear any of them talk about, because they would talk about ex-porn stars buying a bunch of real estate and making a ton of money doing it. So that would literally be like every realtor in the area would be like, oh yeah, did you hear about this client I have? She's like this super awesome porn star. I got to stop saying porn. I got to start saying corn. Yeah. But it's an and actually this is great while we have Kat here. What do you think about the Aussie girl's viewpoint of, she doesn't use her real name, so nobody's going to know that she did corn, and therefore her kids are not going to have any repercussions at all, because by then she will be a respectable member of society on her real estate investments. What do you think about that?
I think there's okay, my real thoughts are you get demons from doing that. So she's going to be really messed up. Her kids could have a lot of problems from it. She doesn't probably believe in that stuff, and that's fine if you don't believe in that stuff. I do. So I think she's not going to have a good life because of what she did. She sold her soul. And period. End of story. And even if she has material wealth, she'll never have happiness.
That's flawless. That is a flawless victory. From Mortal Kombat, it was a video game back when I was a kid.
Me too.
Flawless victory. Yeah, it's interesting, but all of these women say the same thing. It's like they get together in like horse school and say, and this is what we're gonna say. This is what I tell guys when they ask me about my money and that kind of thing.
No, I think they're indoctrinated into it. There's subtle things in the culture, in the movies, and the shows. Everything that's marketed towards women has been gearing them up to this point where they're going to believe these things, because people are just picking things from the environment to figure out what to believe based on like their fear and trauma and what the society tells them.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They're gonna pick up, I can do this, and I can do that. This person did this. This is okay. This is now acceptable. So I can do this degenerate thing. This is acceptable. And then they just put it together because they're just indoctrinated by the media. They don't have any internal morality or compass to go by. They're just kind of like flailing out in the world because everybody's secular now, or they have like some weird warped pseudo religion that's like a little bit of this and a little bit, just pick and choose.
Mambo number 5, a little bit.
Yeah.
Of this,
so like if once you start doing that, all bets are off. Nothing matters. Who cares?
Wow. That's actually really, that's really pretty damn accurate, to be honest. I'm going to read this. Seems like after Daisy, Brian is a little more cautious now. You kind of have to wonder if Daisy didn't threaten him with legal action after he embarrassed her, like soundly, in that last show. Because he did not even want to bring her up last night. Was I the only one that noticed that? It was when they started talking about her, that he's like, well, no, we don't want to talk about that. Am I the only one? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Wahoo says, let's see. The internet is forever. I bet I could figure her real name out very easily. Oh, did you see her when she made the challenge? And Brian's like, don't do that. Don't.
Yeah, he doesn't want the liability.
Because he knows that they could do it. They could do it. It's actually shocking how many porn stars actually do use their real names or a version of their real name. I think that's very funny, and stupid.
But I mean, there's always somebody who knew you way back when that's going to out you. There's no way.
I almost, I thought about doing it because, somewhere, somehow there's going to be a news article or a press release or something like that that's got your stage name and your real name in it. There'll be a contract or something.
Every celebrity has been outed.
So. Everybody.
What are you going to do?
Outed. Yeah. I mean, it's not like, and now facial recognition software, where it's funny because we're talking about this in the Discord that, somebody had posted a picture in the Discord, and someone else, I'm not going to name who, but someone else, literally, they said it took them like 4 minutes to figure out who that was. We're not talking about a famous person. We're talking about just like, I slept with this girl kind of deal. And like minutes went by after the picture was there. So, did your phone just ring?
Yeah, I gotta go.
You gotta go?
Yeah.
Come on. This is
pick
fun.
Up my kid. I know.
You gotta go pick up your kid?
Yeah.
That's actually where I went because my son has exams this week, and so he got out early, and he's like, I forgot my wallet. I can't buy lunch. I can't just stand there. And I'm like, I told you that you were probably going to have to hang out until I was done. He's like, I can't. So I'm like, all right, I'll come rescue you. I'm the good guy. I'll go make it happen. All right, everyone, bid Kat adieu in the chat, and she'll be back. We'll be back on Wednesday night and then on Thursday. And I'm hoping we have some good. I'm trying to line up a guest for Wednesday night. We'll see how that works out, and otherwise we will just like get things rolling. So, Kat did excellent today, and while I was out doing my thing. Let's see. Where was I? Yeah, they don't. People can find you no matter how well you think you hide. Technology is changing fast, right? I mean, the facial rec technology is wrecking people. It's wrecking fools. Someone said in the Crucible chat last night that there was a news place that figured out who she actually is and tracked down her dad and interviewed him. Wow. I mean, and news people aren't particularly smart or good at their job. So if they can do it, think about what, motivated computer geeks can do. I think if any of these girls have financial advisors, they'll be blindsided in retirement. So I have a funny story about this. I have a friend of mine. He was not in the corn industry, but he was in an entertainment industry as a comedian, singer kind of guy. He put all, he thought for decades, actually, he thought he was investing really wisely, and he really didn't spend that much money. He didn't really have like the Nashville rock star house. He didn't have any of that stuff, right? He was just a normal dude. If you just saw him walking down the street, you wouldn't even recognize him as as a performer that you might have seen on stage screen or wherever. And he gets to retirement age. This was about 8 years ago, I think, something like that. About 8 years ago, he gets to retirement age, and he finally starts actually looking at his retirement counts, and he's going over everything. And as he started looking and started kind of figuring things out, all of a sudden, his accountant that he'd been with for years disappeared. And I think the guy like moved to Rio or somewhere in South America with about, I want to say it was like $10 million of this dude's money. And he can't do anything about it. Like it was all converted into various, like not gold, but various transferable forms. Just, you can't trust anybody. And that was a guy who was actually pretty smart. I can't even imagine some, corn star. I can't even imagine how badly they're going to get screwed over by crooked accountants. Yeah, we're born crazy. Man, I don't know if they're born crazy, but I can't argue against it either. I'm sure he got, a lot of DMs. Daisy, episode woke cause a woke shitstorm. Just wait for it. She doesn't need to make threats. The left is crazy. That's true. Do you really think the left is backing her that much, though? I don't know. Maybe. I don't think she'd have a leg to stand on, but that doesn't stop people from causing you a bunch of trouble. I did not hear him disavow the chat, but I believe that he would. Kat was right about that. Some ex-boyfriend allowed her, 100%. Jesse Palmer isn't a stage name. ZD Den is getting back to work. We're too engaging. Yeah, just listen and lurk. That's totally cool. You guys are having a great time. Yeah, actually, so it's not. Yeah, so Willie Nelson also. It wasn't just his accountant. It was his tax advisor as well. They gave him some bullshit tax shelters that the IRS cracked in like 2 minutes. And Nicolas Cage, actually, I think his accounting firm fucked him for something like $100 million or $200 million, whatever. That's really, really bad. I have no idea. Don't smoke weed. It's bad for you. Don't do that. Willie gets top tier. I don't know, man. Again, don't smoke weed, guys. You'll end up with no money somewhere someday. So yeah, all right. So Kat did an excellent job. You guys, when she's back next time, make sure you all give her all props for carrying the show while we are having this odd week. Where things are happening fast. The um, the summer is upon us, or just about upon us, and that means that things will get a little bit more. Um, a little bit or pardon me, things will get a little bit more chaotic, a little less organized, and so I'll try and keep things as routine and regular as I can, but I can't promise anything. I can only do what I can do, and that's all I can do. So the other night we had on Project VO Pod. I don't know if they're still lurking. But those guys were pretty awesome. I really enjoyed having those down, those guys down on the show, and we're gonna have more of them. We only had the two guys, and really, Alex, unfortunately, he was probably still half awake. So that we'll have those guys on again. It's not all bad, Grid. There are benefits. Bad is a stigma. Dude, I barely believe in actual medicine, let alone weed and herbicals and or herbis, whatever. Fuck. I don't. I'm sorry, can't get there, bro. Can't bro there. If you're not, oh fuck, damn, cat coming in, swinging, cat coming in over the top, just knocking it down. The other night, guys, we had a great stream with VO Pod, and you might remember this guy named Alex Kirsch. Alex, if you are in the crowd today, lurking like a little whatever, please stand up, raise your hand, and shout out. You were quite rude after I told you I wouldn't have you on, and you seemed the guy seemed very pleasant when I told him that I wouldn't have him on because Andrew did not want to deal with him. Guys apparently said some weird things about Andrew, and and you know what? Andrew's my friend. I respect Andrew a lot. Andrew has, with no reason to whatsoever, has taken my side. To me, that means fucking everything. So, Andrew is the dude, and I won't tolerate people coming in to my stream and being rude to my friends. So, I wasn't going to have that. Alex got really pissy and called me all kinds of names, and I called him all kinds of names because that's what I do. I call people names because I'm, especially when it's fucking funny. If you're, the worst thing is you think I'm mad, and I just think it's fucking funny. But then he went over and got on Project VO's stream. And Josie popped on, and Josie tore this poor fucker a new ass. I encourage you to go to Josie's channel. I don't happen to have it handy right now, but go to Josie's channel, or go to Project VO's channel. It's in the link from this live stream the other night. And go to, you should go over and watch Josie on the Project VO stream light this Alex guy up. It was brutal. It was completely brutal. It was mean. There's so many things I could say about it, but mostly it was merciless. And the guy should just not open his mouth. He really doesn't bring the smoke. He really is not that informed, and he should really, really just sit in the background and act like a mushroom. Just saying, that's the way it is. What do I got here? Should have seen Indro grift after whatever. Was it what do you mean grift? Was he like raking in the donations? Alex is a bitch coward. I mean, sure, I believe it, but again, I was perfectly willing to have a conversation with him. He lied, by the way. I checked all my emails. That dude didn't email me shit. If he did, he can't type or he can't spell because he did not get the email address right. But I didn't get shit from that guy. I was, I'm perfectly willing to debate anybody. But, well, actually, let me rephrase. I'm perfectly willing to have a conversation with anybody. I only date only debate very few people, mainly because it's just not that entertaining for me, and it's more fun to watch other people get their hand someone their ass than me have to do it. The It was let's see, where's the I'll try and do it right now. Let me pop out of this because I got everything maxed out. Um, yeah, all right. I got you. Got Lou Giroux here. Awesome. Thanks a lot, Lou Giroux. That really helped. Let's go back here to my it is episode 29. Let me grab this and I will share. I'm going to copy and post a link in the chat here for you guys. Here you go. Here comes the link. Link incoming. There is the link, and I will also drop it over in the Discord for Lou Giroux. I am saying that right, Lou Giroux? Is that right? There you go. Dropped. And the Alex guy, he comes in about the middle, and he just kind of goes back and forth and back and forth, and he's just a kind of a tool belt pretty much the whole time. So, is what it is. Let's see. So I've been asked by a couple of people if I ever need mods on the on YouTube, and I really don't know that I do. I probably should, so I probably need to look into how to make all that happen while I am messing around with the while I'm actually talking and not really paying any attention. I should probably get a couple of mods, especially as we have more and more people on at any given time. Fortunately, we really haven't had like hundreds and hundreds of people on, so it hasn't been that big a deal. But hey, man, that could be coming. Hopefully, we can get I can build this channel up. I'm trying to get caught up now that I feel like I'm putting out a fairly consistent product, and the production is okay. Which again, I'm going to actually change the set probably today, probably on Wednesday night. The set will be completely different again. Just like, pardon me. Excuse me. More than likely, the set will be completely different Wednesday night. I got some stuff I'm going to talk about. I still owe a finance stream for Arthrodia and a couple other guys, and so I've got so I'm going to try and do something with that and some other stuff. My bad English is wrong. That's funny. You didn't know I had a channel? It's interesting how many people say that, because I talk about it a little bit, but I don't promote myself like nearly enough. Like I actually, if I were smarter, I would find people that are really good at promoting channels, and I would just get them to do it, because I'm not very good at it. Yeah, the Alex guy, that Alex Kirsch guy. I mean, you got to watch the thing with Josie. She just rips his ass because he claims to be a leftist, but I think he's so I think the only reason he's leftist is because he believes in like trans rights and shit, which is the dumbest reason to be leftist, right? Am I right? I mean, I feel like that's just about the dumbest reason to be a leftist, right? There's so many other things, but but it's an interesting deal, right? I really do need to promote my stream more, and guys like Alex who run around and act like nuts. Yeah, so Josie's really good at destroying leftist because she comes from a socialist country, right? I mean, she comes from Canada, so as a Canadian, not that we, Canada is basically like France. It's West France, right? Is that right? So, and Josie's like really good at destroying leftists. She will talk to them. She will literally talk to them about how she had to, like they're all for this universal medical whatever system, and she'll remind them that she's lived with like a universal healthcare system and had to wait to get treatment, and then find out that she's not even eligible for treatment because it's not going to be approved. So it's interesting because everything that they talk about, she will refute. Our buddy Lewis says dumbest reason to be a leftist is for some snatch. That's accurate. And in college, I'm sure we've all known those guys, that the only reason that they sided with any kind of feminism or anything like that is because they wanted to get laid, right? Like they were that fucking weak. I don't know if we have any of the girls left in the chat right now, but it would be great to hear their side of that story. Nick, you want to be on the show? You know what, man? You know what? Hang on, stand by. I think I've got you in my Discord here. Do I have you in my? You're in my Discord? Yeah, you're in my Discord. Stand by. I have a question for the chat as well. What do you guys think about the leftist YouTubers that are going around to the various right-wing streams, and basically they get on for a good faith debate, and then they basically just spew a bunch of crap? What do you guys? I mean, they're literally like not even acting in good faith. What do you guys think about that? Nick, I sent you a StreamYard link. You can pop on right now, brother. If you've got your camera, if you're set up to do it. If not, I'll send you one later. Not today. He's working, but soon. All right. Well, I sent you a link anyway. But that's not universal healthcare. I don't actually know what universal healthcare is. I really don't. How much do I know about firearms? A lot. What would you like to know? I built this gun. Look at this. I built this one. I built it. The whole thing. Built the whole thing. I actually, this started out as a gunsmith's blank. And I machined it up and did everything. Fucking thing is tight. They're like children arguing with adults. That's fucking funny. Coming on without a camera is cool, Nick. I prefer people have cameras. I think it's just right. I can't take it apart right now. I don't have my pen punch with me. I mean, yeah, it's fine. I mean, you can come on anytime, man. I don't care. I mean, I prefer people have cameras, but it's not the end of the world if not. My favorite concealed carry is the one I just showed you. That is a Commander Length 2011. It takes these. These are 23 round 9mm mags. It also takes these, which are 21 round. These fit flush. The other ones stick out a bit, and that's my preferred concealed carry. Or I don't actually conceal carry that much. I carry open a lot, but it doesn't matter. I conceal it, whatever. And I do but I also, man, dude, I've got a lot. I carry a P365 a lot, which is a SIG. I carry a P320X carry, which is another SIG. I have a whole slew of Glock clones that I will carry occasionally. I carry a Keltec PF9. I carry a Keltec 32 sometimes. I mean, it's a toolbox, man. I just pick out what I need for the day. Let's see, Devin. Yeah, we'll turn in the firearms channel for a minute. What looking for to get a firearm for my wife for home defense when I'm not home? The only get an AR, probably an AR pistol. Pistol, with and I would do a probably a 14.5-inch barrel. Make sure it's a braced pistol, so it's legal. Now, the reason I say that is, first of all, there's a very low recoil, almost none. It's exceedingly loud, but you just either have to deal with the auditory exclusion, or you're going to have to, keep earplugs by. It's not that much worse than a pistol, to be honest. And I would, I'm just telling you, man. For a long time, I did the pistol as a home defense weapon, and I still do to some degree. But I'm going to tell you right now that the an AR especially for a female, any form of AR is the way to go. There's just no recoil. They literally just pull the trigger, put red dot on red dot thing, and bang. The thing about over penetration is the FBI did a bunch of tests. Check this out. Don't believe me. Go do your own research. But the FBI did a bunch of research into this, and the cannular 55 grain 223 rounds will actually fragment when they hit drywall because they're going so fast, rather than penetrate. So they actually have less penetration and over penetration in drywall and most housing materials versus 9mm handguns, or 12 gauge, and definitely less than 12 gauge slugs. The problem with a shotgun is that unless you're using birdshot, you're going to have so much more over penetration than anything else in most housing materials. That's the big problem that I have with shotguns for home defense. They're not bad if you can't aim, and you just want to destroy your whole house. But I pretty much do a red dot, and I have one that I use, but I can't show you. Let me just quickly scroll through this. We'll keep talking about it. The leftists are not real. They're just spouting out talking points. That's why they can't give you a good faith debate. It's also difficult to determine bots. That's probably true, man. That's probably true. I think ZD Den's a girl, so I think so. So I would go with an AR. The other thing about an AR is you can leave it cock, lock, and ready to rock for the rest of your life, and it'll work. So the M&P9 SP, you'd have to run me through all the different versions of the M&P9. I have a couple of M&Ps. I have a VTAC and I have another one. There's one that they make that has like the really easy to rack slide, but you can only put like 2,000 or maybe not even that, maybe 500 rounds through it before you have to change the springs. Yeah, a little ringing in the ears, not a bad thing. Especially if you're still here afterwards. Let's see. We got bad faith leftoid debaters. Yeah, that's right, man. That's absolutely right. Are par for the course. Decent content, especially if a post content review is done pointing out where the bad faith was occurring, which is what I was trying to do earlier with Destiny's deal on this his argument over on Constantine's trigonometry channel. Let's see. Do you think a 410 with birdshot? Birdshot is never a good choice. Birdshot's just never a good choice, man. It just isn't. Also, if you're looking at like the Judge or one of the 410 revolver setups, I just don't like those. They're really heavy. They're really, really heavy. So I'm just not. I'm not super happy about that. Burner guns. So those are the less than lethal. I don't believe in less than lethal for home defense. The problem is if it's less than lethal, it means that guy can still get up. And a guy that can still get up can still hurt you. And I don't believe in that. If somebody's going to come into my house, they have made the decision that their life is worth less than my stuff, and so that's it. Yeah, pump action is a fear factor and noise. All that tells them is that you were stupid enough to have an unloaded gun. That's all it tells them. I don't believe in that fear factor bullshit. All that tells them is that you were not ready. And when they hear that rack back, if they have any smarts at all, they're going to charge you because they now know that you do not have a round in that gun. And that's all that's matters. So here's my stance on this. For me and my family, I keep a loaded, suppressed AR, hot, locked, ready to rock all the time, available somewhere. Because now, and it's the one currently, it's a 14.5-inch barrel gun, but a 16-inch or an 18-inch barrel gun is fine too. The Keltec RDB, which can be handled one hand and is very easy for most people to shoot. There's a really great argument for that being the perfect home defense gun because you can shoot it like a pistol. The RDB is great. It's fucking perfect for the job. The especially suppress. It makes an excellent suppressor host. I would do a suppressor. If you guys do not know right now, because the ATF has gotten their ass handed to them so much in the courts right now, if you can go down today and buy a suppressor for $500 or $600, pay your $200 tax stamp, and more than likely you're going to get your tax stamp back within 3 business days and sometimes 2 business days, which is unheard of. Back when I was actively buying stamps, it was months or years. So you can't do that. You could. I mean, most people were unwilling to do that. But so for home defense, I have a suppressed AR. That's it. I do not have a shotgun ready to go. I have pistols everywhere throughout the house. I mean, I just, I literally have one here, like right next to me, because I take it off when I sit down for any length of time. But I'm a gun guy. I'm a competitive shooter. I have guns for all purposes. And the biggest thing that I highly recommend for most homeowners should own a suppressed AR for their home defense. First of all, you can get up in the middle of the night. You don't have to put on ear pro. Now, is it going to hurt you? It might hurt you a little bit. It's not going to be that bad. You're not going to trigger that first round and go into shock, which you shouldn't anyway, but you could. And whoever, on the end, it does a lot for you, man. Just do the suppressor. The other thing is that I do recommend lights. I do recommend all the other cool stuff that people just think are tactical. I would do that. I would 100% do that. So I don't know that I'm not really sure what what other people would think about it. There is a lot of dissent amongst people for what you should or should not do with home defense. But for me, a rifle is the only thing. It's very hard to grab a rifle out of somebody's hands. It's very easy to grab a pistol out of somebody's hands. It's very hard to miss with a red dot rifle. Put the dot on, pull trigger. That's it. It's a little easier to miss with a pistol. Pistols are slower to reload. They don't hold as many rounds. Just telling you, man, it's the way, there's a reason it is what it is. And I personally use some form of AR. And a good argument can be made if you can find one for sale for the Keltec RDB. As the specific model is the RDB. And I own one. It's a great gun. I use it a lot. And I would suggest that for your homeowner needs. So let's see. No, I'm not hiding it in my boxers. I don't do that. Leftists tend to lose cause of how emotional they get. That's true. But honestly, I've noticed lately that most of them have been a lot less emotional, and they've really what the tactic seems to be now. And so you guys can school me on this. Let me know if you agree or disagree. The tactic right now with the leftists seems to be to maintain as straight a face as possible, or to seem very amiable, but say really ludicrous, just absolutely triggering things to antagonize whoever they are talking to into reacting, and then they look like the ones that are getting picked on, and that seems to be a new well, it's not a new tactic, but that seems to be their tactic that they're using now. Obama is not good faith. Newsom is an American psycho. That is accurate. That is really true. Um, I don't think. See, I don't think. I mean, Newsom's a psychopath, man. He is. He legit is. I think there's a market for pineapple pizza targets. That's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, they kind of, well, but they're concealing the ad hom attacks. It's just like the Destiny thing last night. He never came out with an actual ad hom attack, but he did, or it wasn't last night, but what I watched last night. It's not an actual ad hom attack, but they're very sociopathic. Destiny literally sat there, although he's on drugs. I mean, has anybody else watched this and watched him fidget around and like fucking play with his hair? And he's, that dude is just fucking. I mean, he's on meth or crack or something, or I don't know what the fuck. But there's something wrong with the way he's acting, because he literally looked like he looked like when my 3-year-old tries to sit still for longer than 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Geeked on Addy. I mean, maybe, but he literally looked like my 3-year-old when you're trying to get my 3-year-old to eat his peas or some shit. It's just like, oh, no, it's just crazy. Really awesome. Adderall is amphetamine. That is accurate. That is 100% accurate. So, I just thought it was really interesting. I think I kind of want to get into this other thing. Did he really? I did not know that, but I believe it. So I think after Malene or whatever her name is left his ass, I think he's just basically falling apart. I really do. He's really hey, what's up, bully? How are you doing, buddy? Hey, man, I showed my kid that coin you sent me, and man, he thought that was the coolest thing fucking ever. He really did. He thought that was awesome. He really thought it was great. So I want to kind of dive into this thing about the finances. Well, I'm not going to dive into it now. Probably on Wednesday night show, I'm going to do a section probably after. We'll do it in our normal finance section, but on Wednesday night we're going to do a section about how these corn stars, how they talk about investing, but versus what actually they are doing. I've heard that too, and I saw that with Wes Watson, I guess is his name. I don't know what the fuck his name. Wes, show me your tummy. Lift up your shirt, bro. Obviously, that dude's fucking wired, fucking crooked as shit. That, and he was doing like massive amounts of speed. Dude, I'm gonna have you on again. I've got some other stuff coming up, but if I get a hole in the schedule, I want to have you on again because you were a good guest and had a great time, and I'm sure everybody else did as well. So yeah, is Destiny a scam artist? See, I've never watched his stream. I'm not on his Discord. I don't watch his stream. I only see him when he does these debates. Half the time, and of course, when I say half the time, like in his older debates, he seems like he has his shit together. When he debated the on whatever, when he was still married then, but when he debated the girls about the the abortion laws, he trounced them. I thought those girls were not ready. Yeah. But yes, that's funny. Oh, you thought I was talking about Wes? Yeah, right. Well, I was okay. I didn't make that connection. Wes is a scam artist, a legit scam artist. Hey, if they don't sound like Bernie Sanders, are they really leftist? you may not feel the burn, but he seems easy to understand. That's an interesting question. Can you guys hear the dogs barking? It's pretty funny. All right. Yeah, it's interesting because I think Destiny has really, like, I don't know. He had it together when he debated the abortion chicks on whatever. Like, he made solid points. I didn't agree with him, but he made solid points. His argument was cogent. It really went together. But lately he's off the rails. My neighbor has a dog that basically stays in the house all the time, and so when it comes out, it just rages, and it barks at literally everything. So for about 30 minutes or so, I'm gonna have this deal where the dog is just like barking around, and which I don't know that they didn't realize they came home this time of day to let the dog out. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, yeah, they're about to bring the dog in now. Dog going quiet. So my dog doesn't really bark that much. She will, but has to be a reason. Yeah. I had noticed that that I don't know why. I think because they were literally like, I think the dog's literally right on the other side of the fence. So whatever. I think that's okay. I think he's a troll. Yeah. Are we in agreement that we see that he's kind of falling apart? Because I was actually, so I made this point the other night in another conversation that was in a private conversation, that I felt like Destiny was falling apart. Like, he seems just jacked up all the time. Like, every stream that I've seen him in since the Melina thing, except there was one where he was talking about her having left him, and the he was like depressed, and he did not look good. And but I does anybody else feel like he's kind of coming apart? Is that just because I just feel like he is. I've just noticed it. $30 an hour, scrape a deck, sounds like good work. Hang on one sec. Yeah, sorry about that. My dog actually came up on the steps to just hang out, and she left. What kind of deck are we talking here? Are we talking boat, airplane, house, deck of the house? Didn't even know it was. Oh, dude, that's internet gold right there. You're gonna have to look into that. If you've missed out, you've really missed out. That's cold, man. That is cold. That might be the coldest thing yet. That is brutal, dude. Why? He's still blue hair underneath, bro. Is it a boat or like a house deck? I'm actually prepping my airplane. Not really. You haven't missed out. You really haven't missed out. And I don't know why I'm picking on him today, other than that it really annoyed the fuck out of me that he attributed the Abraham Accords in such a way that it was just so disingenuous. It's true. Okay. All right. I like it. House deck. I have a painting business. That's fucking cool. It's interesting because I have this Ukrainian guy that's been doing my painting for me. Painters have been a real fucking hassle for me, to be honest with you, because I would get a good one and they'd last, and then they just fucking disappear. Of course, I have this whole theory about all painters being drug addicts. Because I own a body shop and all painters are drug addicts. So, I assume that it transferred over into house painting. It is like a train wreck. It is like a train wreck. The blue hairs isn't. That's why he's lost his will to Coombe. I don't think he has. See, I think the problem is that when he had Melina, whatever fuck her name was, that he was banging all those other chicks. I mean, that's the big joke behind all of his orbiters, like what's her name, Farah, and the other chick with glasses, and all of his orbiters. That I honestly believe that his orbiters are what he was just banging all of them, telling them he was going to make them internet famous, and he did an okay job at that. So I'm a Schumacher fan, bro. I'm a Schumacher fan. I think Lewis Hamilton's the biggest bitch of all time. I believe that. I can't find anyone in history that's been a bigger bitch than him. He complains literally about everything, even his own teammates, and he really doesn't like it when his own teammate beats him. Funny coincidence, I have a deck building business. Awesome. More drinkers. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. It's not hard to bang a lot of chicks. It's hard for it. Yeah, that's actually true. That's actually true. That's why I can't get into this pickup artist movement. I mean, I think that that's really fucking stupid, right? So, do you shoot coyotes, coyote killer? Are you a Are you into depredation? Depredation? Because I do. I kill them all the time. And bobcats. We got a real bobcat problem lately. These fuckers need to die. My tenants are about to find out too, because they want to have chickens on my property over where I rented them the house, and I've seen a couple of bobcats over there. So I'm just, I told them, I'm like, you might lose some chickens. So we'll see what happens. See what happens. You dabble in it? Yeah, I dabble as well. Kill those coyotes, man. Depredation. It's a real thing. The farmers, to the farmers, it's like super important. Kind of got quiet there. Pickup artistry is dead. Just make money. That's probably true. See, I don't think I always had a problem with the pickup artist kind of genre. Like, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys, I don't know how much history you guys read or care about, but if you look back into like the 50s, when pickup artists really were, kind of the thing, the new thing, right? There were books written, there were real tapes that you could get, listen to radio shows, that kind of it didn't help them, and it's still not. I still don't know that it's helping people. 3 in 3 hours. That's awesome. The second I got one. Okay, that's awesome. I need to get out more and go do it. I don't do as much calling as I should. I need a new call, actually. Need a new one. Pickup artistry isn't dead, it's just more gay now. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I think that at the end of the day, it's pretty stupid. And I said the other night on the main show that I just don't understand how anybody thinks that they can teach men to go out and and just pick up women randomly, right? Like, I just don't understand how that's even something that people say or consider or talk about, just more gay now. Yeah, Lucky Duck is a great call. MFK, I think, is the one that I have, and I need their new one. I need their new updated killer stuff. So cool t-shirt. Oh, the 511? Yeah. 511's a great t-shirt. 511's a great brand. I actually like 511 gear. I used to not, but I kind of like it now. So, yeah. Kind of getting kind of ran down a little bit here. I'm going to have to pep it back up. So, because we seem to be losing listeners rapidly, and it's just not fun for anybody. Give me 1 second. Helps if you're conventionally attractive. If you look like Fresh from Fresh and Fit, just make money. So I have found, just, going through life, I think that I don't actually don't understand what conventionally attractive is, because I think that, there's a type for everyone. I do actually believe that there's a type for everyone. What I will say is I think that it really helps if you understand how to be nice to people and how you can. I think it really, really helps if you're not an idiot. I think that women, as much as they say they don't really care about smart guys, they care about smart guys. They don't want to feel like they're smarter than the guy they're talking to. They don't want to feel like they're smarter or more capable than the man, because if honestly, I think if most women feel like they're smarter than their men, they feel like that man can't provide for them. And now understand that we're not talking about like being a big geek, although I'm sure that helps. Mostly I'm talking about the idea that a woman that you're not that a woman gets the idea that you can't provide for her, that you're not smart enough to have a good job, you're not smart enough to have a good living, you're not smart enough to do XYZ whatever. And for me, that's what pickup artistry can't really teach you. It can tell you, hey, you need to go out and get promoted at work, you need to do this, you need to do that, but those are all things that generically most people would say are just things that you should do anyway. Like, it's not like it's whoop, fucking fucked up my mic here. It's not something that I think most people would go out on a limb and say, hey, this is what this is something new and strange and nobody knows this but me. So that's where that's where the pickup guys kind of lose me. I'm going to fuck up my mic here today, guaranteed. But it's an interesting deal. Let me see here. It's teachable, socially retarded men how to talk to a human, talk like a human woman. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. Let's see what Mr. Castle says. I mean, it's a good banner once she's already attracted to you. All right, yeah. Being cheesy never. Yeah, all right. But let's just say that if you want to pick up a woman, how would you pick up a woman? So if I were going to pick up, I'm rusty now because I've been married for almost 20 years, but it's interesting how little issue I've ever had actually picking up a woman. Like, I'm just telling you that. And I always felt like it was a very interesting deal that other people did. I think most guys try too hard. I think most guys get in their own way. I think they overthink it. I think blah blah blah, all this stuff. I mean, for me, I never really had. To this day, I still don't have any issues making um, friends with women. And if I don't know that I would have any problem dating these days. Now, in the past, I actually never had any problems dating. I think it was because I always understood that really you just needed to know how to talk to women. You just needed to understand how to be, more or less um, reasonably honest with them, because women, like most men, can smell a lie, and most women can also smell a lie very easily. And so at the end of the day, if you can't be genuine, then women are going to ferret that out and they won't talk to you. And which is why I don't think pickup works, because if you don't believe it, then it doesn't work. It depends on the type of woman you want to attract. If you want a shallow woman, have a shallow goals. Most of us good married women are so much deeper than looks and money. Yeah, that's right. Go with that. I won't straight up call her princess, but I will call her princess after she agrees to dance with me. Oh, all right. All right. All right. That's interesting. If you want to pick up a woman, use your legs. That's right. Don't use your back, fellas. Don't use your back. So let's see. Who calls a woman princess? I mean, see, that's a whole other argument. I don't know. I've got enough time to roll into this, guys. You guys are gonna push me long again. Damn it, son. Damn it. We may have to get into that even so. The only person I've ever called a 3-year-old daughter, right? That's fine. That's right. Use your legs, not your back. This is actually, I mean, that's a real thing. And I remember when I was in college, I really hated going to the various parties, because I knew that most of the chicks there were just there to get drunk, because they were too underage to go buy alcohol themselves, or they didn't have enough money, so they wanted to, they would get you to buy them a drink, and then they would just drink all night long on that. That was really that's really interesting. That's funny. Pick up women, use your legs. Don't use your back, guys. Don't use your back. I think most guys just die on the approach, right? Can we agree on that? Most guys die on the approach because they don't know how to approach women. Hating on my game, but I'm the one that has a princess to dance with, not you. Well, that's okay. It's okay. First problem is going into a bar. Cat sending it tonight. Sending it. Absolutely decimating us all with truth and justice for all. It's actually pretty accurate. I don't know that I've ever dated a woman from a bar. Pickup was never for long-term relationships. They were always for short-term stuff. That's why it was called pickup and not pro, because it was a pickup game and not a professional game. Lewis, boom. That is awesome, dude. That is great. That's a great observation. That deserves to be made into a coffee cup, bro. What we got here? Women in bars smell bad. That is true. That is true. I never did like women in bars. And I don't like women that smoke. It's gross. Gross, man. It's so sick. So disgusting. Terrible. I can't talk about. I mean, I've been to bars. I just don't go there very often. I don't think I've been to an actual bar in a long time. I'm gonna have to ponder that one for a minute. Somebody else want to go back? Somebody else want to chat? Want to reply to Coyote Killer? Because that's an interesting. That's quite the interesting claim. Anybody want to comment on Coyote Killer's massive incoming? Access is a real thing. So I'm going to go with that. That's actually an amazing observation. So years ago, I had the good sense to, and I'm talking, this is like long time ago, man. It's a long time ago. But I had the very good sense to try and understand what made all my clients so successful. And one of the things I did was I hung out with a lot of them. I wanted to see. And if you go into like the caliber of women that are waiting in the Centurion Lounge, the American Express Airport Lounge, versus sitting over in the cheap seats, it's like a totally different ball game. And you go into like VIP boxes at a ball game, or you go into all of these different places, the level of loveliness of women does go up. Now, my problem is that not necessarily the quality of women goes up. For that, to me, I personally believe that if you're looking for both very beautiful and high quality, you're left with one choice, and that is church and church groups and associations that cater to those type of women, because most of the women that you're going to meet in VIP areas are gold digging bitches, and you're probably going to end up broke if you fuck with them. Just saying. Yeah. Anyway, men and women who are not in a relationship need friendships of both sexes. Yeah, it's probably correct. Can't do any harm. Born well before text, and I never knew how to communicate either. You still don't. But, guys, I know I have long conversations with Kevin over the cell phone of silence, where he just doesn't talk. He'll be sandblasting something. It's very funny. Kevin Landers is not a conversationalist, although he does have a lot of good things to say when he gets to it. VIP girls to sit there, they leave at midnight. That's true. Cody is right. So social media, I mean, interpersonal communication's always been a struggle. He'll disagree with 307. If everyone is socialized to socialize in Twitter snips or Twatter snips, the socially awkward one is the one that sticks out, which would be the unawkward one. That's interesting. Let's see. Oh, wait. Here we go. This doesn't answer to pretext men who are having similar challenges. It's the simping of fake women in the 90s, early 2000s. I'm not sure I get that, but okay. Like I said, it all depends on the type of woman. Okay, go with that. Approaching women is easy. Just tell them to listen, to stop acting crazy. They love it. All you got to do, if you really, Wahoo's onto something here, but here's the thing. If you really, really want a woman's attention, you just tell her to, it's two simple words. It always works. Did I just drop off the internet? Oh, my camera freaked out there for a minute. What the hell? If you want a woman to actually calm down, or pardon me, if you want a woman to actually pay attention to you and you're trying to pick them up, the two words you can use are calm down. If you really want to go for that extra special attention, calm down, miss. Calm down, miss. Those three are guaranteed to get you a lot of attention from females. There you go. Not all the time. She might be Sasha Obama or Ivanka Trump. Okay, go with that. Where do you think the daughters of rich men hang out? Yeah. They don't hang out in bars, to be honest. Yeah, that right there. And Kat would know. She's is one. Voice of experience. What? Yeah. We're just gonna put that up there. Yeah. Again, if you want ultimate attention from any female, anywhere, anytime, any age, especially young females, all you have to do is say, "Calm down, miss," and you will have their immediate and undivided attention, no matter what they're doing. Just gonna throw that out there, and yeah. Doesn't is it that you don't know how to communicate, Kevin, or is it you just don't find it necessary for idle chatter? He doesn't find it necessary for idle chatter. He doesn't. He's like, yeah, I don't have time for this. Click. he has a very similar to me. He has a policy of he does not publish his phone number for his customers, and it drives them all batshit crazy. Like literally, his customers are driven absolutely nuts because he doesn't list his phone number. Very funny. Ivanka Trump does go to bars. Maybe her mother did. Well, possibly. I don't know. Oh, he wants to up it a level. Calm down, miss. You're acting like your mother. That was guaranteed to give you hours and hours of female attention. You should see Miss Zimbabwe. She definitely deserves a bottle of champagne sent to her table. Okay. All right. I will only talk about things I know a lot about and give opinions that I think others really might find useful. See, again, Kevin wins the day. Plastic surgery Barbie dolls. I remember the men speaking of the women in Vegas and Cali that made women here who were 10s look like 7s. Fantastic plastic. Interesting. Okay. All right. Okay. Really beautiful women don't have plastic surgery. Matter of fact, I found a couple of like really smoking hot women that have had plastic surgery, but the rest, there's always something off about them. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just what I look at. I just don't like it. So I don't know. I think that there's a disconnect right now between what people think men want or what women want to look like and what they're actually supposed to look like. And it's I blame anime. Can we all agree on that? Can we all blame anime for the unrealistic expectations of female physiology these days? Can we do that? I think that, honestly, I don't see any problem with blaming anime. Anime is like the real reason, that that women feel inferior. That and Lola Rabbit, right? Was it Lola Rabbit? Lola Bunny? Whatever her name was. And Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yeah. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. No, it started in the 70s. Anime was just influenced by it. Maybe. Yeah. True. You've never watched anime, bro? You didn't watch Speed Racer? Everybody wanted Trixie. Everybody I knew. Jessica Rabbit. Thank you. He helped me out. I'm going to assume that that's supposed to be insecurities and aging men do it. Yeah, could be. I'm aging. The consequence is it changed women, the weak ones anyway. That's true. Akira is also really good. And what was the other one that I don't actually like, but is like the first? It was like the first rock opera, but it was also anime. It was like heavy metal or something like that. Uncle asked me, our young, tall, and handsome, where's your girlfriend? I say, I need to grind more for who I truly want. He says, who do you want? I say, Miss Zimbabwe. I got to look up Miss Zimbabwe now. Ninja Scrolls, great. Yeah. Ghost in the Shell. Hey, did you, how many people here have seen Johnny Mnemonic? Anybody seen that? I love that. I love that movie. It's a great movie. Heavy metal is classic, but animation, not anime. But it had anime elements to it. Can we agree on that or not? Can we not agree on that? I felt like it was not really. I mean, obviously it was not anime, but it was heavily influenced by anime, even way back then. It's considered a rock opera, right? Am I right about that? I think I am. Fucking talking about anime with the old guy. It's crazy. You may have seen the movie Johnny Mnemonic. Am I that old? You guys don't even know that. That has Keanu Reeves in it, and the guy from Black Flag that I can't think of his fucking name, the liberal fucker. I can fucking picture the jackass. You've seen Johnny Mnemonic? Yeah, it's pretty fucking good. I love it when the guy he's sitting there and he's down in like the trash heaps and everything, and he's like, I want whatever sheets, I want $10,000 a night hookers. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, it is based off of a comic. It's actually based and actually a video game, or not video game. Was it a video game? It was based off of Chrome, which was kind of an RPG book kind of series sort of deal. And I always thought it was supposed to be based off of Ghost in the Machine or Ghost in the Shell, but something like that. But yeah, Cyberpunk. Yeah, that was it. But yeah, I think it was supposed to be based off of Chrome, and I don't remember. It's been a long time. I could be misremembering, but it was a great movie. I really enjoy that. All right, we're going to get a real question here. How would I deal with an 18-year-old valedictorian illegal immigrant that has been in the country since he was 5? Deport or pathway to citizenship? I would say that there'd have to be a pathway to citizenship, but I would say that he couldn't go to. I mean, you can't do anything here. You can't go to college. You shouldn't be able to go to college until you've got that pathway to citizenship, just like anybody else. That's so. Josie's talked about this. Josie's talked about how she came here and she got. I think she got married, moved here or whatever, and then got divorced in the middle of getting her green card. Is really hard. So she was, I guess, I don't know if she was undocumented at that point or the process was messed up. And even though she was here, she had no access to anything. And I think that's the way it should be. And it's interesting that it is that way for Canadians and other people that come here. They can't get access to anything. But if you come through the southern border, you can get whatever you want. Or it seems like it. I don't know that you can. Yeah, and I could even go with honestly, I could go with deport and then give a path to citizenship, right? Like I could see that. I could go along with that. But where would you be? Where would you stand? All right, let me just chat. We've got a few people in here. Where would you draw the line on where's the hard line at? So, because look, I've I've known people that have been caught up in the system, right? Like I actually had a guy who worked for me. He was from El Salvador, and this guy had a just complete he got completely screwed by his ex-wife. And part of it was that she screwed up his immigration. And somehow I don't really know how. I'm not gonna delve into all of the intricacies, but it was like I'm not kidding. For him, he could not go home to El Salvador to visit anybody. He would have to literally sneak across the border if something happened in El Salvador and he wanted to go back there, and then sneak across the border to get back in the country. Even though technically he was here legally, he was so bound up in all the divorce courts and all of. And I think the real problem is that his son, I think his son was like 16 or 50. His son was a teenager, and his son decided to live with his dad, and that set this woman off like on some complete like vendetta against this bastard. And he had a rough life. He had a work visa to start with, and then he worked for me. So when he came to work for me, he had started the green card process, or maybe he had the green card. Anyway, we were fine work wise. It was totally cool. He just couldn't go back and forth to his country legally because he was all bound up in this divorce proceedings. I felt bad for the guy, but he was just fucked over. And I think Josie kind of went through a similar thing, and I've seen other people go through this. So I don't really know. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. I really hate that argument when they bring shit up like that. And Destiny does that in the argument about Trump versus Biden, that Trump somehow closed off medical care for people who needed it in emergency rooms and stuff. Open borders, no men, no children, no UGGOs. I don't know what that is. 18 to 28 only. I'd rather have closed borders, personally. Kat says background check and criminal background check on a hard line, and have a citizen who agrees to be responsible for you. And you know what? I like that. I actually really like that. So that would be. Mothers seem to have so much jealousy of the father. It's crazy. Women are vindictive too. I don't know why that is. I mean, Kat can speak to that next time she's on. Unless they were born here, the only logical things to do is to deport. If he really truly wants to be a legal citizen, then he can apply for a work student visa. Right. And I go with that. Yeah, let's go, Brandon. Absolutely right. Can understand immediately deporting a recent illegal, but someone that's been here since 5 is just a legislative nightmare. Cheaper to keep her or him. And I don't know, man. I'm on the fence on this one. Ugly chicks. All right. You just want the hot women from Zimbabwe, right? Only the cute ones from Zimbabwe. Is that what we're saying? Biden will win. 2024 would be. Yeah. I mean, I'm afraid you're right. I'm not. I don't know. But here's the thing about that, and I've said this many times. Once the election process is, once it is compromised, there's no way to fix it but revolution. It's just the way it is. Never been able to fix it any other way. Same thing happens with one of my best friends. She got divorced. Her ex-husband contacted immigration, releasing sponsorship or something. Her mother was dying of cancer. She lives in Newfoundland. Yeah, it's crazy. She cannot return to the States. Right. Yeah, it's crazy. And leftist Obama 2024. No, I'm not. It's just a +8. That's funny. From Zimbabwe, right? If Biden wins, we're all fucked. We really fucking are, dude. We really fucking are. There's an Arizona ruling saying illegals can. I heard that. Is that true? Is that an actual? Were they? Because I know that they were trying to get that struck down because it's against the Arizona Constitution to do that. The state constitution, not the federal one. Is that accurate? Is that true? I don't know how they can do that though. But that's fucked up. That is really fucked up. We got to get these states back. I keep telling everybody, guys, the federal elections are important and you should always vote in them. And you should always vote conservative because there's no reason to vote leftist ever. But you should always vote conservative. And we absolutely have to start taking our states back. That's where they're really winning. They're really winning in the states. That's why California is so fucked up. If you don't understand how badly they've gerrymandered the districts in California to the point where literally it's almost impossible for a conservative of any kind to ever win again. The local elections are so very important. There's so many people that only look at the big elections. They only look at they only vote once a year for the president. That's it. They don't vote for the congressional seats. They don't vote for local judges. They don't vote for this stuff. They do a lot of things they should not be able to do. But it's against their, I don't know, man. They're going to lose in court eventually, but until then, what can they do? About the same way they can legalize drugs. Yeah, that's true. All elections are important. Local are very important. I actually think local are more important than federal right now. I mean, they're all obviously important, but if you're going to, you can't ignore the local elections. You just can't. Don't do it, guys. You got to get out there. You got to take it to the streets, because otherwise we're all fucked. Guys, it is after 2 o'clock. It's way after 2 o'clock, actually. 2:17. Normally I got a hard out at 2. I got some shit I got to do. I got to go play with my airplane and do some other stuff. It was a good show today. Again, this week is going to be a little fucked up because it's going to be a little fucked up because of the exams and school stuff and all that. But we got it. We'll keep it going as best I can. Watch the Discords and other sources and the stream notifications because things may or may not run on schedule this week, which I hate, but it is the way it is. Before I head out, let's do a couple more. Mainstream media and internet personalities don't. That's right, they don't. And you know why they don't? Is because Soros has admitted this. Soros and his cronies, which is not just George Soros, it's a whole group of these morons. They've come out and said publicly that they don't even care. They barely contribute to the to other elections because it's not as meaningful as the local ones. The ones they especially want to win are local prosecutors and DAs, because your local prosecutor and DAs have ultimate authority on how the laws are enforced and how they are punished. So they can, once they have control of the DA, the local DA or the state prosecutor, they can then determine that they're not going to prosecute this politician over here for anything, but this businessman over here, they're going to literally ruin his fucking life. So this is why we have to, as a group of people, not as Democrats, or not, pardon me, not as Republicans, not as libertarians, not as conservatives, not as whatever the fuck you identify as people who care about this country and the direction it's headed. We have to get in the streets, get dirty. We have to beat these leftist sons of bitches back. And the way to do it is start with your city councilman. Do not miss a councilman election. Do not miss a mayoral election. Do not miss your local district attorney, county clerk, all of these people that actually interpret your law locally, especially your sheriffs. Sheriffs are very, very important. All right, Mr. Castle, his last question. With abortion laws legal, unfortunately, the push for mass migration makes sense. So what would you attack first to get rid of the other? Mass migration does not make sense. And abortion is becoming less and less of an issue in the States. That's one of the reasons why they're so angry about it right now, because more and more states, Alabama, Tennessee, etc., are passing, anti-abortion laws, except for in cases where is medical necessity, right? The mother's life is in danger, and on a case-by-case basis in the case of things that we don't talk about, SA sorts of things. So you can't. I don't know that we're really losing on that front. We are absolutely losing, because these are the things that they use to distract voters from. They use and this is something I don't think that enough people talk about. It's easy to get distracted by these ideas of, well, abortion, open borders, all this stuff, and all you really end up caring about is the large elections, while all of these local guys are getting passed through, and all of a sudden your town, which you've loved and grown up in for years, has gone from a nice conservative district with great schools and good benefits for people in the town, and all of that, to a leftist fucking hellhole. So we absolutely have to pay way more attention to that sort of thing. Attack abortion to attack mass migration, or attack mass migration to attack. Again, I think we have to start at the bottom of the tree and not aim for the branches. That's exactly the tack that they want us to follow, is to aim for the branches of the tree and not the roots. The roots are the people who enforce these laws and pass the laws, and we conservative, normal people need to take control of that. We cannot continue to be duped. We've been duped. We have been duped. I admit it. I was one of them. It took a while for me to understand exactly how important our local elections are, but every single one of them is important. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And that is absolutely right. That's right. You're in the most red state. You're in Tennessee. Alabama. Alabama's pretty red too. Wyoming's pretty red. I shot the governor's match out there several years in a row. That will get changed federally. Yeah. Alabama is redder. They got all that iron oxide. Well, that's Georgia as well. But you saw what happened with Georgia. If you agree with mass migration, you are agreeing with their melting pot plan. You are not. Yeah. I look. That's, again, I think that's part of the strategy is 100% to divide and conquer. They would need to keep us divided on these larger issues. We don't. We have to pay attention. We have to pay attention to the local arenas, guys. I'm telling you, it really has to. Mars is funny. Supreme Court are mostly pussies afraid for the private life. That's probably true. I don't know where Josie is. I don't know what Josie does during the day. Who is the new chick? Kat. Kat is based as fuck. She is amazing, and she's a great co-host. Josie is a weapon for use against leftists. Josie is an amazing talent in her own right. The problem is that the problem with Josie is that, to be honest, I got tired of every third show her and I kind of getting into it, and it wasn't good for the show, it wasn't good for the program, and I like having her on. I will continue to have her on as a recurring guest. However, at the end of the day, I felt like I needed a co-host to do things like, my dog is whining. Give me 1 second. What's going on out here? All right, so what's happened is my wife has locked the door or closed the door to the sunroom, and the dog can't get in, and the dog is mad, so the dog is now outside my door to the studio here and wants me to go to the sunroom to let her in, which I will in a moment. All right, so back to the conversation. Yeah, so Josie's a weapon. I bring her on, and she will be a recurring guest. She will be, especially be a guest anytime I have a leftist on. That's what it is. ZT Den. Am I saying that right? You need to tell me if I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying that right. Including your school board election. That is accurate. School board is the most important election. You must show up and you must get involved, whether you have a kid or not. You're entitled to vote in your school board election, and you need to do that every single time, because that is the stepping stone. They get elected to the school board or the county clerk's office or something like that, and that pushes them into city councilman, and councilman they keep going. Cat is a stray we gave home to. No, I don't think so. Coyote Killer, have a good rest of your evening, man, or day. Everybody's getting ready to go. Teriyaki has dropped in. I am well, thank you. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. I need to get you on the show sometime and argue with you about some of the things you say, and we'll agree on many things, but we agree with many things and we disagree on a couple of things, so that's fine. Yeah, you've seen Kat on it. Yeah, Kat is awesome. She is a great guest host. Can't hear the dog. Okay, cool. All right, great. Yes, they're not saying Arthrodea. I said it was Arthrodea, and she's told me it was Arthrodea. So I don't know how that. Anyway, sounds good. He wants to be on the show. Great. You live in Tennessee. I live in Tennessee. What part of Tennessee are you in? You have an 8-year-old son in school. I'm debating pulling him out to homeschool next year. I thought we were a red state, but they're creeping into our schools' left ideology. So the public schools here, even in my town, which has always been an amazingly based town, it is there's actually we have a local school here which is called a magnet school, Central Magnet School. Oh, I'm going to be in Oak Ridge this weekend. So I'm in Middle Tennessee, but so we have a magnet school here, Central Magnet School, and it is actually known for having a problem with students being, I will stop short of the term bullied, but they are pressured into coming out as trans, bi, gay, whatever. It's such a problem that the school board actually had to have a meeting on it. Like it was a big time problem. And so that's a big deal. That's a big deal, honestly. And it was actually in the news and stuff here locally. It didn't make major news, but so what I would say, what I did with my son is we had the same issues with the public school. So we put him into a private Christian school and we had no problems. Now, I will say that the Christian school that we put him into was Church of Christ, and they are extremely based. I mean, based. And they're as strict as Baptists are, they are probably stricter. So, that's the way it goes. Anderson County, Oak Ridge. I will be at Oak Ridge Sportsman's Association this weekend shooting a match, actually, and then I will be gone. My son gets bullied. He said something about not having a crush on a little girl because her skin was black. They all started calling him racist. Obviously, they would do that. He didn't even know what the word meant. Yeah, got it. ZDDen is out, and I'm going to go have fun playing with my plane. I am, actually. I'm trying to rush through as quick as I can, but that's okay. So now they call him racist, among other things that have gone on. He absolutely hates it. Christ needs to be back in school. I agree with you. You're gonna have to get him into a private school if you can. If not, then homeschool is a viable option. I got to go, but shout out to Mr. Castle. I am shouting you out. Remember, pickup lines do work. No, they don't. But just make money is better. Yeah, cool. 8-year-old kids don't know what most words mean, even if they're brainwashed into it. That's right. What's your opinion on the lottery? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm lukewarm on it. I don't really give a shit one way or the other. So I'm actually really, I just don't really, I just don't care. That's the problem, is I just don't care about that. So, yeah, you need to get your kid. You probably need to get your kid into a Christian school or or do homeschool. I mean, it's kind of the only two choices I can see is private school or homeschool. So Alabama doesn't have a lottery because I don't know why. They should. Alaska, I can see there aren't enough people to bother with. Hawaii's blue as fuck. Hawaii's bluer than blue. Nevada, there's gambling there, so they're not going to do a state lottery. Utah, the Mormons, and they're not going to do a state lottery, so that would be why. Problem is he got an in-school suspension, and the kids calling him racist did not. Yeah, so you're gonna have to. I mean, I would complain to the school board. I mean, I would make a big deal about it, because honestly, that's just preference. They're stifling his freedom of expression. That's it. You're allowed to not like people for any reason. You know, that doesn't mean he hates all of me. Just, you know, it's not that I hate you. I just prefer not to hang out with you. Guys, I have to go. I've got to go get some work done and all kinds of things. I really appreciate the conversation with everyone that made it today. You can find me on my Discord, which I did not link today, but I tend to. You can also find me here several times a week. You can send me a message through YouTube anytime, or just leave something down in the chat. I'll try and get back to you, or the comments. And yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. If you want to see Rafael Mendez, even though I look as white as fuck, but I will never date a black woman. Sorry, all black queens in the world. You ain't my type. Look, everybody has a type, bro. Everybody has a type. I mean, me personally, I don't date redheads, man. I don't date redheads. I just don't. All right, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. I would love to stay and talk all day, but I have to get things done outside of this. So I will be back on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and we will have a great stream. It'll be really fun. You guys will enjoy yourselves. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Hopefully everybody's doing some great work and having a great a great day period. If not, try to have a better day, and I will see you on Wednesday.